Hey, Michigan families, welcome to Radio Blast number 4.
Here at Michigan Family Wellness, we believe chiropractic care and nutritional-based therapies are a foundational part of a healthy family lifestyle. No matter where you're at in the mitten, having a family is such an exciting time of life. So instead of feeling overwhelmed by stress, fatigue, and responsibilities with the kids, we invite you to become part of this empowering community to create happy, healthy families. By providing engaging interviews and practical applications, Dr. Wollner cultivates family health by equipping our listeners with the tools they need to elevate wellness in their own family. Dr. Wollner passionately serves the Michigan community at his chiropractic and nutrition-based practice, where he specializes in pregnancy, pediatrics, and family wellness care. And now, here's your host, Dr. Kyle Wollner.
Good day, Michigan families, and welcome to another empowering Radio Blast episode of Michigan Family Wellness. I'm your host, Dr. Kyle, and today we will be devoting an entire episode to prenatal nutrition. Now, I know we've mentioned this before on previous MFW episodes. However, I really want to get specific and lay down the benefits and value of targeted nutritional medicine during pregnancy and explain how chiropractic adjustments during pregnancy significantly elevate the journey of pregnancy and help cultivate a natural birth. Before we get to today's episode, the Michigan Family Wellness Clinic is all about helping you and your family. We're family-centered here, and when you're the single parent or the stressed-out spouse just struggling to get through each day and take care of the kids and advance your career and on, we're here for you. What I help most of my patients with is resiliency, and the way I define resiliency is giving you the strength to adapt to the stress in your life. Sometimes we do have stressors that need to go, whether they be something environmental or an abusive relationship or just the nutrient-deficient food we eat. Other times, the stress isn't necessarily going away, but the way our body is adapting to that stress isn't sustainable. I help my patients, many of them women and mothers, but many fathers too, increase their resiliency and equip them with that strength to adapt to the changes and stress in their life. The saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, is true, and that's why I have committed this podcast and the MFW clinic to serve this community through integrity, certainty, and authenticity. You deserve the best doctor-patient experience and the best results in the shortest amount of time. So, if there was a way to elevate your health and your family wellness and resiliency, would you be interested? If this message is resonating with you, or if you would like to start a conversation about your specific situation, head on over to MichiganFamilyWellness.com and you can email me, schedule a complimentary phone conversation with me, or head on over to Facebook and send me a Facebook message. So let's shift gears into today's topic of prenatal nutrition. It's certainly no surprise that nutritional needs during pregnancy increase dramatically as the process of incubating a baby requires additional micro and macronutrients. While a chronically poor diet can have long-term ramifications while not pregnant, think obesity, diabetes, metabolic syndrome. For the developing child, however, a pregnant mom's inadequate nutritional intake can undermine the immediate health of both mom and child, while also impacting the birthing process itself. For example, while most chiropractors understand the importance of vitamin D in overall human health, what may possibly get overlooked are the health benefits of the sun. Specifically and most importantly, the sun and its life-giving ultraviolet light is vital in order for our bodies to endogenously produce vitamin D. This may be reflected by an increased risk of developing multiple sclerosis in the offspring of mothers who were exposed to minimal amounts of sunlight during pregnancy. Additionally, low vitamin D status can lead to increased risk of asthma and allergic rhinitis later in life, as well as impaired growth and skeletal problems. Finally, according to another study, vitamin D deficiency correlates with preeclampsia, gestational diabetes, bacterial infections, and an increased risk for C-section delivery. There are growing bodies of research that suggest optimal vitamin D levels require 5,000 to 10,000 units of supplemental vitamin D daily in order to raise the level in the blood of the proper form of vitamin D. This is especially important if you live in northern latitudes like Michigan. Long Michigan winters are not conducive to optimal year-round vitamin D levels, which is why many people experience seasonal depressive disorder during the fall through winter seasons. When the sunlight hits your skin, your body has the ability to make its own vitamin D, which is pretty cool. The thing is, research now shows the sun must be at the correct angle for this reaction to occur. A great trick to figure out if the sun is at the correct angle is to look at your shadow. If your shadow is taller or longer than you, technically you're not making vitamin D. But if your shadow is shorter than you are, then you're making that free, beautiful vitamin D. The vitamin D supplement I recommend and test all my patients for at the office is based in a nanosphere liposome called Sol Ray D. Not only does it contain the purest vitamin D possible, but also has vitamin K2, MK7 in the proper ratios for their synergistic balance requirements, and this is for optimal absorption. On top of all that, it's actually a spray delivery mechanism, meaning it's ultra portable, convenient, and great for the kids to use as well. I'll drop a link into the show notes here for an exclusive PDF that explains more about this special vitamin D medicine. Omega-3 fatty acids are another fundamentally vital part of any complete nutritional pregnancy regimen. The omega-3 fatty acid DHA is critical for optimal brain health and function at all ages of life, but the research literature is very clear that DHA provides brain supportive benefits in infants as well as the developing baby. DHA helps with brain development while supporting learning, memory, visual acuity, and cognition. DHA has even been shown to have an interesting and complex relationship with neurotransmitters, as it can help mitigate the symptoms of postpartum depression by influencing both serotonin and dopamine neurotransmission. Iron, zinc, and folate are all required for proper neonatal intellectual and motor skill development. Because of the rapid growth rate and neurological expansion of the baby, requirements for these important nutrients are exceptionally high. Ideally, the primary nutritional vehicle for the newborn is breast milk, and since many mothers find that getting enough iron and zinc in their diet may be difficult enough, organic, grass-fed, non-GMO red meat can be the best source of both iron and zinc. Nutritional supplementation is the easiest and most cost-effective solution. Another nutrient associated with proper neurological, motor, and psychological development of the baby is the mineral iodine. There's a simple and easy way to test for the body's need for iodine. I do this with my patients all the time at the office. You simply take an iodine roller and apply a small patch of liquid iodine to the skin. Allow a few moments for it to dry, and then I tell the patient to periodically check the patch and note what time it disappears. Ideally, you want the patch to take 24 hours or longer to disappear. When the patch is absorbed in less than 24 hours, this indicates the body is looking for sources of iodine. Iodine is a nutrient of note due to the thyroid's need for iodine to make thyroid hormones. The correlation between maternal hypothyroidism and adversely affected baby development is unquestioned. After calcium, magnesium may be the most important mineral in our bodies. Magnesium regulates more than 325 enzymes in the body, the most important of which produce, transport, store, and utilize energy. Many aspects of cellular metabolism are regulated by magnesium, such as DNA and RNA synthesis, cell growth, and cell reproduction. Magnesium also orchestrates the electric current that sparks through the miles of nerves in the body. Without magnesium, muscle and nerve functions are compromised and energy is diminished. Magnesium deficiency can affect virtually every organ system of the body. With regard to skeletal muscle, one may experience twitches, especially in the eyelids, cramps, muscle tension, muscle soreness, including backaches, neck pain, tension headaches, and jaw joint pain or TMJ dysfunction. One may experience chest tightness or a peculiar sensation that one can't take a deep breath. Sometimes a person may sigh a lot. So magnesium is a big deal with pregnancy from a neurological perspective because the nervous system of the baby is forming and developing in the womb, but also from a neuromusculoskeletal perspective because the mother's leg and pelvic muscles need to have adequate levels of magnesium to relax, to stretch, and to deliver the baby through the birth canal. The hormone relaxin helps with this, but proper levels of magnesium will make delivery much less painful, a shorter delivery time, and much more beautiful. Dietary intake of folates during early pregnancy, especially 21 to 28 days after conception, is critical for baby spinal cord development. Low folate intake is one of the leading causes of neural tube defects, the prevalence of which has been reduced in nations implementing mandatory fortification of cereal grains with folic acid. Without food fortification or supplementation, deficiency of folate intake is high in the United States. The National Health and Nutritional Examination Survey, data collected from 2003 to 2006, suggests that nearly 90% of Americans consume less than the estimated average requirement, which increases the likelihood that a woman enters her pregnancy with inadequate levels of folate for appropriate baby neural development. Yet despite the common recommendation for women to consume folic acid supplements or multivitamins with folic acid prior to pregnancy, among American women ages 18 through 44 years with a recent live birth, only 29.7% of women reported folic acid supplementation during the month before pregnancy. Those reporting the lowest rate of supplementation were those ages 18 through 24 years. During pregnancy, reported use of folic acid supplementation increases to an overall 77%, although use appears to be lowest during the first trimester when folate need is the greatest. The biologically active folate molecule is the fully reduced methylated monoglutamate form called 5-methyltetrahydrofolate, or 5-MTHF. I don't want to overwhelm everyone with the complex biochemistries and the methylation pathways. That's why you have a doctor. That's why you have someone like myself who understands all of that and can funnel it down for you. But I do want everyone to know that the recommendation is 800 to 1,000 units of methylated folic acid should be added through the 8 weeks before conception through the end of breastfeeding. Choline is an essential nutrient that is critical for baby development, partly due to its intersection with the methylation pathways. Choline is also the precursor for one of the most important neurotransmitters, acetylcholine. During pregnancy, a mother shuttles large amounts of choline across the placenta to the baby and later through her breast milk during breastfeeding. Pregnant women have higher amounts of choline that their body makes naturally already. However, choline levels are often still diminished due to low dietary choline stores prior to pregnancy and low dietary intake during pregnancy. In fact, according to recent NHANES data, only about 8% of the United States population consumes the adequate intakes of choline through their diet and supplementation. Food sources of choline include eggs, beef liver, wheat germ, cooked beef and cod, and cooked cruciferous vegetables, especially broccoli and Brussels sprouts. I recommend that all my pregnant patients consume adequate levels of choline each day, which is around 450 milligrams through their diet if possible. And if they're taking their prenatal supplements, then they're already getting this amount anyways. The health and integrity of the microbiome is now recognized as a major factor in maintaining an individual's health, especially a pregnant mother's health. Beneficial microbiome organisms help to protect the gastrointestinal environment from certain pathogenic organisms, provide important nutrients through fermentation and direct synthesis, and improve gut barrier function. This all helps to mature and fine-tune the immune cell functions. The reproductive tract is also a microbial-rich environment. While this feature is often considered negative during pregnancy, for example, certain bacterial infections, there is now a better understanding of the protective effect of good commensal organisms protecting the reproductive tract during pregnancy. In fact, maternal gastrointestinal and placental microbiota have been shown to play a vital role in the baby's metabolic programming as well as gut and immune function in the baby prior to delivery. Due to these and other recent discoveries, the microbial environments of both the gut and reproductive tracts during pregnancy have only just become the focus of clinical research. Along with observational studies, several interventional studies have examined the role of nutritional, prebiotic, and probiotic modulation of the mother's gut environment on a range of perinatal and baby development outcomes. Beyond the obvious support for both gastrointestinal and immunological health in the mother and the baby, prenatal probiotics have been evaluated for their effects on preeclampsia, maternal depression, gestational diabetes, mother and baby metabolic functions, and even heavy metal and pesticide removal from the body. Some, though not all studies, have shown that prenatal probiotic use significantly increased levels of both GI and birth canal lactobacillus populations, reduced the incidence of bacterial infections, and altered immune markers in serum and breast milk, improved maternal glucose metabolism, and reduced the incidence of gestational diabetes. The use of supplemental probiotics containing lactobacillus and bifidobacteria strains should be considered safe and beneficial during pregnancy and lactation. Studies using the common yeast probiotic Saccharomyces boulardii during pregnancy have not been published. While the use of this strain appears to be common during pregnancy in Europe, some are still reluctant to recommend its use due to a lack of published clinical data. However, with the exception of immunocompromised patients or mothers, there is no reason to believe the use of Saccharomyces boulardii would be unsafe during pregnancy or lactation. So again, this is a major point. I always take account the research and the science, and then I used functional muscle testing or applied kinesiology to help confirm and find what is the most specific and best supplements, whether they be probiotics, vitamins, herbs, doesn't matter what it is. We want to be as specific to that individual's central nervous system as possible. Ensuring that pregnant mothers pay special attention to appropriate nutrition can be as simple as putting her on a properly formulated prenatal multivitamin. In this simple way, both baby and mother can be assured that their fundamental nutritional needs are being met during this time. But again, I stress this point, one prenatal multivitamin doesn't mean it's the best for everyone. You have to find what specific one works best for that woman, for that mother. Finally, chiropractic care for pregnancy is absolutely essential. You can have the best nutrition in the world, but if there is a structural problem with the sacrum, the pelvis, or the lumbar spine, nutrition alone will not fix that problem. Chiropractic adjustments during pregnancy have helped turn breached babies, shorten labor times, and even helped initiate delivery when the baby just wasn't coming despite being full term. Furthermore, most, if not all, women will tell you their pain levels were dramatically decreased during labor from receiving chiropractic adjustments. So again, it's the combination of the nutritional medicine and the chiropractic adjustments that provide the most benefit and value to the mother and her baby. So if you're resonating with this message today of resiliency and restoration as it relates to prenatal nutrition, I want to invite you to schedule a complimentary 20-minute phone consultation with myself, Dr. Kyle, and let's engage in a dialogue about what's been troubling you in terms of your health history or perhaps your current frustrations. You can head on over to MichiganFamilyWellness.com and click the Schedule Your Appointment button to book your complimentary consultation. You can also send me a message on Facebook. Let's engage in a dialogue and start the journey of meeting your health targets. My passion and mission with this podcast and the Michigan Family Wellness Clinic is to help as many people as possible, whether it's by hearing my voice through this audio library of health and wellness information or through working together face-to-face at the office. At the end of the day, it's all about this incredible community and providing alternative healing to the people in search of resiliency and restoration. I'd like to thank you for being part of today's podcast. And remember, we'll have a dedicated webpage with all of the show notes at MichiganFamilyWellness.com. Also, you can expand those show notes on your mobile device, and you can take advantage of those clickable links right now. And remember, we can do far more together than we could ever do apart. Coming to you from beautiful Southeast Michigan, I'm your host, Dr. Kyle, and this is Michigan Family Wellness.
Now that you've been equipped with the latest in family wellness solutions, we want to encourage you to apply these strategies right away. But the thing is, there's still so much to learn. Connect with Dr. Wallner's Chiropractic and Nutrition Office by going to MichiganFamilyWellness.com and click the newsletter sign-up button to join the informative and supportive community of chiropractic wellness. You will also receive as a gift from Dr. Wallner a copy of Michigan Family Wellness Solutions, an invaluable resource containing dynamic tools to elevate family health and vitality. Michigan Family Wellness wants to thank you for being part of today's podcast. Please subscribe to our podcast on iTunes and give us a 5-star rating and review.